We're coming to the end of May and it's finally starting to feel like spring/summer here in Japan. Flowers blooming, bees buzzing, and warmer weather. And this is prime time for me to get my butt back in shape. Before we kick off today's video, please don't forget to hit that bright red subscribe button. And ring that shiny notification bell so you can find out when fresh, new Japan Guy content comes out each and every week. That way, when July rolls around and it's beach time to come out of the shirt, all the ladies will be like, Donna-chan! Donna-chan! That's what some of the ladies call me. Donna-chan, daisuki da yo! And I'll be like,
Ladies, stay cool. There's only one of me. But there's plenty of Don-chan loving to go round.
Datto-in desu ga. Nah. Truth be told, I just feel better when I'm in shape, and that's why I continue to train. Admittedly, I am currently out of shape, but I've just gotten back on the workout horse. And I train at Gold's Gym here in Tokyo. While I do try to keep it to a minimum, when training gets really heavy, or when I'm trying to focus on the macros in my diet, macronutrient, a type of food, for example fat, protein, carbohydrate, required in large amounts in the diet. I do use supplements. Primarily it's whey protein, but I might throw in some BCAAs, and my absolute limit is creatine. And I'm sure some of you living in Japan or coming to Japan are just like me. You're not looking to inject growth hormone into your system or steroids, but you want to get as fit as you can. Maybe you're not trying to be a pro bodybuilder, but you want to feel good and possibly look good naked. Or maybe you just want Michael B. Jordan to stop taking all your prospects away. Oh, handsome lady stealing ass. But in any case, for those ladies and gents, that brings us to today's question. Where do you buy supplements in Japan? And this is a great question because I know it's a genuine concern for people. No joke, it was one of the biggest concerns I had when I was coming here. But now that I've been here over 11 years, it feels like it gets easier and easier to get the supplements that you need. And you've got two options really. You can go brick and mortar, or you can buy your supplements online. Okay, so brick and mortar stores. Where can you go to get supplements in Japan? You can start with your traditional sports retail shops. And the ones that come to mind are places like Oshman's. And Oshman's generally is like it's like sports clothing and equipment, but you can definitely find supplements there. Also, you have Zebio. I think Zebio is probably my favorite of the sports stores. And I think you'll probably get, you get larger shops, but you'll also probably have a larger selection of supplements at Zebio than you would at Oshman's. But, of course, it depends on the shop. To a lesser extent, you also have Sports Authority, and they have a decent selection of supplements as well. Now, some of these places do carry a limited selection of American brands like Optimum Nutrition, but I think you end up paying a premium on them. Another brick and mortar store that people might sleep on for supplements is Don Quijote. So Don Quijote is like a huge shop with tons of stores all across Japan. And this brick and mortar store is great because of its convenience. And they do have a solid selection of supplements. More so for the Japanese brands like your Savas, like your DNS, but they do have protein there if you absolutely need to get your hands on some. And then another brick and mortar store to get protein supplements in is actually Gold's Gym. I'm a Gold's Gym member, so when I go there, there is a shop that I walk through every day that I go to train. And yes, you can find these giant bags of protein there. Usually like the Gold's Gym brand is the one that they push most heavily for obvious reasons. And it is good protein, by the way. But you may also find some other brands at the Gold's Gym shops. But I don't know if everyone can use Gold's Gym to shop for protein if you're not a member of Gold's. But I don't see why they would turn your money away. But I think the best brick and mortar store to buy supplements at here in Japan is probably Yokosuka, or one of the military bases here in Japan. Because there you get the standard US pricing, and then you have no shipping, no delays. Unfortunately, I'm not a soldier, so I can't just waltz onto one of the military bases without somebody to take me in. Unless, of course, I want to be shot. And yes, I do have friends at Yokosuka, but I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, hey man, yeah, I haven't talked to you in 3 months. I just wanted to check on you and see how you were doing.
Personally, I buy my supplements here in Japan online. I'm going to start off with the place I use way more often than not, and then I'll mention some of the others too. My go-to online source for supplements here in Japan is iherb.com. That's IHERB.com. No, it is not a perfect online store, nor is it a perfect online shopping experience. But it's my go-to because of the price. You don't get killed on the shipping. And to me, that makes all the difference in the world. The other nice thing about iHerb is that you can accumulate loyalty credits. So you save even more as you continue to shop with iHerb. And the larger your order, the more loyalty credits you get. Here are my issues with iHerb. The good stuff can be out of stock. Sometimes when you have really popular flavors or brands, you might not always see what you need. And it sucks when you can't get the flavor or the brand that you want. Second, I don't know if it's always been like this, but now it's like, and I don't know if it's just for me here in Tokyo, but there's this $130 limit on your orders. And I think that's the only way they can justify doing the free shipping. I know this won't apply to most of you guys, but for some of you, when you do larger orders, you may have to split them into multiple carts. And the third one is kind of minor because I can generally find what I need for me, but iHerb has a limited selection of supplements. Other than that, though, it's been the most consistent shop for price and reliability. My last order got here in 4 days. Literally, from order to in my hands, 4 days. But generally, you can expect it to take about 7 to 10 business days. So iHerb is my go-to, but where else can you go online to get supplements? The other option is bodybuilding.com. And prior to using iHerb, I was definitely using bodybuilding.com. And the big wins for bodybuilding.com are an incredible selection of just about any supplement you can think of and reliability. Price is actually really good too, but the big downside for bodybuilding.com is shipping. And that's the only reason that I changed to iHerb, and I've been an iHerb user for years, because of the shipping. And you know I'm going to keep it real with you guys. The better online shopping experience, the better selection, is probably bodybuilding.com. And if I were in the US, I'd be using bodybuilding.com over iHerb any day of the week. Because I remember back in the US, over a certain limit, your shipping is free with bodybuilding.com. But that's not the case here in Japan. So I'm willing to bend and flex on the user experience if it means I can get the exact same supplements at a better price. And that's why I use iHerb. But I still think bodybuilding.com is great. And of course, you always have the option of using that behemoth of an online retailer, Amazon. Yes, you could go with Amazon Japan, but I don't personally like that option. Why? Because on Amazon Japan, you can have some pretty unreasonable price gouging that happens. Like, check this out. I found this 1 5-pound jar of Gold Standard Whey for 9,064 yen. And that's like me paying $83 for a 5-pound jar of Gold Standard Whey. That's way more than I would normally pay for that, for the very same product. And I didn't have to hunt for this. This was sitting on the first page of the Amazon Japan search results. So, yeah, be careful on that, guys. But at least in this case, they do offer free shipping. Now, I'm sure you can find some fair pricing on supplements on Amazon Japan. But I like having consistency. Just keep it fair all the way through. The other option is the Amazon US site, and I definitely know you can find fair pricing there. But again, the issue is going to be the shipping, and that's where it kills you. So at the time of this recording, I don't use Amazon, but I have this feeling that either Amazon is eventually going to get it right, or they're going to buy the companies that do. The last shop I want to mention is an honorable mention because I have not personally used this site yet, but I'm sure I will. And that is allstarhealth.com. And I did take a look, and it looks like some good pricing, great selection, and my buddy recommended it because he said the shipping was really good. So the jury's out. I'll have to check on that one. But until I have a chance to test and compare, I am going to say that my go-to is definitely iHerb.com, and it's the one that I would recommend to you guys if you're looking to get supplements here in Japan. And it's always good to do the numbers for yourself, so just throwing a test item into a cart can help you to do that. So I put in a 5-pound jar of Gold Standard Whey into bodybuilding.com, and that was my total, 10,270 yen. And this is using the middle-of-the-road shipping option. Not the most expensive, but not the least. That's the equivalent of just under 94 US dollars. And if I throw the very same item into iHerb.com, my total ends up being $35.23 if I include my loyalty credit. But even if you took the loyalty credit out, I still only end up paying $52.19, which is a fraction of what I would pay on bodybuilding.com. Yeah, so free shipping matters. Alright guys, well that'll wrap up today's video. I hope you found it useful. And actually, let me throw in one more thing to make it even more useful for you. For those of you using iHerb.com for the very first time, if you want to get a 10% discount on your first order, you can do that by using my rewards code. If you're interested, I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. Alright guys, well thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. If you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.